New Mexico recently became the first state in the nation to ask National Guard troops to serve as substitute teachers. Could we see that happen here? One CCSD trustee I spoke to says she'd like to see that happen. Here's what I found out.
The last thing we want to do is shut schools down.
CCSD currently has about 4,000 substitute teachers in its pool, but amid Omicron-fueled staff shortages, they're in dire need of more.
There's a severe shortage in teachers and staff.
And as you may have seen on her Twitter, CCSD trustee Katie Williams, a former guardsman herself, says she'd like the state to follow in New Mexico's footsteps.
People think that we're going to roll in there with AR-15s and up-armored Humvees when truly we'd come in there with, polos and khakis.
Last year, Massachusetts mobilized its National Guard to drive school buses. Turns out that's something CCSD also asked of our state at the start of the school year.
To see if there was any way that we could be able to assist with that.
However, they were denied.
The Guard is just a good resource that the state of Nevada has used for many options, and sometimes it becomes the first option in some cases, and it shouldn't be.
In this rejection letter sent to Clark County Deputy Fire Chief Billy Samuels, who oversees the county's emergency management, Nevada's emergency management chief Dave Fogerson said, while the Guard may have personnel able to drive large vehicles, the risk versus benefit of having them with such precious cargo as our state's children on busy highways could not be mitigated in a short period of time to make them an effective force. He also said there aren't enough people in Nevada's Guard to do that.
They are already assisting in many COVID operations across the state.
So could Nevada's National Guard be substitute teachers? It's not seeming likely since the feds wouldn't back it.
For COVID, it has to be testing or vaccine related. An immediate safety for a COVID situation.
After all, funding was one reason why the office said they couldn't provide the Guard as bus drivers. For 50 soldiers for just 30 days, they said, we estimate that this request will cost $500,000. And added, with it not meeting the COVID public assistance funding outline from FEMA, DEM does not have a funding stream for the project.
We can activate them under our statute and our regulations. However, someone has to pay for it. And it could be Clark County, or it could be the state of Nevada, but it is not the federal government.
Bakadal says he has yet to see a request come in from Clark County's Office of Emergency Management for National Guard troops to serve as substitute teachers. We will continue following this. Meanwhile, CCSD is hiring. If you're interested in becoming a bus driver or a substitute teacher, we have a link to learn more on our homepage, fox5vegas.com. I'm Maddie White, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.